And you know what that means? That means it's time for Oh, it's happy hour. I love that. It's
Love
time
our
to
new
be
guest. Love our
chasing
guest.
gazillions. Is not the same as making millions. Wednesdays with Fernando and Anthony. And a special guest here. We got a special guest here. Y'all, I know everybody's excited about our special guest. We got I got this on. I shouldn't have had it on just yet. That's a surprise. There we go. Amy Giggling
Google Guru.
Google Guru.
Yeah.
That is a mouthful.
My clients named me. I'm just going to go with that. My clients gave me the nickname.
Yeah, the clients gave it a nickname. All right, guys. Well, you know how we like to start off. Typically, how we like to start off is, you know, me and Fernando catching up and talking and this, that, the other. But as you can see here, Amy done bum rushed right all into the program in the first few minutes. I mean, she is hyped. We can't even catch up. We can't even. Normally, we try to hold our guests off on the side. Let us catch up, and then bring the guest in. The guest is, because she's so techie savvy, dude. She just bam. She just so I guess we're gonna have to catch up next week, Fernando.
We need some tech support. No, we got to catch up. No, it's been a week.
Okay, fine. Okay, catch up. Okay, so this week, let me see. It's been a good week. Okay, so I put something on the contract. Oh man, in that contract, 601 U Street, Northwest.
Yes.
That's a beautiful home. 860,000 under contract. We are so excited to have successfully sold that property here. We are fired up. But one of the things that came out of it, and why we're so happy that Amy is on board here today to talk to us, is that I did all the marketing and the social media thing with this site. And then when I went on to Google, I went on to the internet, all these other poachers, all these other vultures, you know, Zillow and
haters.
I don't know if they haters as much as they got some IA technology going on. They grabbing my listing at 601U and they got it out on the internet and social media, and they got other people from other places like it's their listing.
Boom.
And so we got to work on that. If you out there, you've been struggling with that, Amy's going to help you talk to that. Amy, dude, I was reading her bio, and I'm going to let her jump in here in a second once we get finished catching up. But that was a big thing. I sold that property. What else? Well, that was a big one here for this week. I'm so thrown. You go. What happened with you this week?
Always weird. I'm here. I'm home, which is a good thing.
Are you really?
I'm at home today. Not on the
road.
No.
When you say you're at home, you mean you're at home where?
Waldo's at home today in my house.
Really? Wow.
It's Nora week for me. So it's the week before my Nora auction.
Right.
And I am dealing with phone calls around the clock.
Right.
You know,
well, don't forget to remind the audience and Amy about Nora and who you are and what you do and all this around the clock thing, man.
So there's Nora auctions once a year.
Again, New Orleans, nobody knows the acronyms, man.
New Orleans Redevelopment Authority. Get technical with it. So
because you work for an international firm and you all over the place. That's why it's a big deal that you're home this week. Because every week you're like Barcelona, New Orleans.
Not always work though. Sometimes it's for fun, which is good. You gotta have a good time along the way. You can't just work like you, Anthony. I like to enjoy myself. So when I get this week will be very busy for me. Next week I'll be there all week. 4 days of auction, 1 day of decompression. I'll be home next Friday. I'm leaving Sunday night. And very excited about getting it done.
Hold on. The Virginia Bushcrafter is here.
Oh, did the QBO come into play? We talked about that.
We did talk about that. Yes. Yes. Thank you. So yes and no. So we used QBO to look at the property. They did the Matterport. They gave us the estimate. That is a great firm. That's a good company. That's a great service. They were able to come in at 601U. It's vacant property, but it needed some sprucing up, so upgrades. And the owners are away in South Carolina. They are retired. They 70 something. Okay, they away. They old. They don't have the monies, the means. Okay, but QBO came in, did the Matterport, gave an estimate. The estimate, I'm not gonna put out here what the estimate, but it was under $100,000, and they were prepared to pull the trigger and do these upgrades to the property. But, or not but, because we don't want to say but, we just say, however, and I don't know how to say this other than shit, I sold the property as is. So we didn't have to, so we end up not we end up taking a number that if we had used QBO, the way they work is, and I learned this is an important lesson. They don't work with outside buyers. They only work with sellers who need their property improved and they're selling it, and then they're going to get paid at the settlement table. And they come in and do the work and estimate it all beforehand to make the property sell faster and for more. But when I calculated the investment of QBO.
The juice, is it worth the squeeze? Was the juice worth the squeeze?
It turns out it was, in this particular instance, it was not, because no matter what, in the District of Columbia, even though my wife is the former director of DCRA, and we know people, it's going to take time to get permits and yiminy. We were going to be right the week before Thanksgiving talking about trying to sell this upgraded remodeled property. Dude.
We talked about it. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yes. Yeah. So we were like, no.
Right.
But we and we were able to get the buyer in, and everybody is not fully happy, which is always a great transaction when buyers are not happy that they didn't get didn't get what, and sellers aren't quite fully happy about. I'm telling you, I've been doing this over 30 years. If you're out there working with buyers and sellers as an agent, if both sides are looking at you cross-eyed, that's a good transaction.
All right, Amy, tell us about your week, since you're our guest. We don't want to exclude you.
My week, you guys don't want to hear too much about that. I finally got GoDaddy to do something they should have done like 3 months ago. So, it took a phone call and then finally picking up a phone. But GoDaddy, I don't like GoDaddy. If you're on GoDaddy, switch to anybody else.
What do they do for you? What happened? What they do?
Yeah, why don't you like GoDaddy? I like GoDaddy.
GoDaddy nickels and dimes their customers. So all sites need to be secure and have what's called an SSL certificate so that, it's a secure site. GoDaddy now charges up to $400 for you to have a secure certificate, when you can go to Cheap Names, which is actually a decent host and domain, someone you can purchase your domains from, where they offer it for free. Go to WordPress. Wow. They offer that certificate for free. GoDaddy wants you to pay them up to $400.
I might be paying $400, and I got a bunch of those SSLs.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is everybody has to have one, and everybody offers it for free except GoDaddy. GoDaddy has, they're nickeling and diming you. If you want service in this area, you pay this much. The next level up, you got to pay another fee. Like, there's no all inclusive, and it's a horrible racket that they're running.
Wow.
In my opinion.
hey, well, speaking of opinions, all the opinions that I express here on Chasing Gazillions.
There we go.
Ain't the same as making millions. Are our own. It's not whatever titles we might have, whatever boards we might be serving on, or commissions. It does. Hey, if I say the mayor's name, because I love the mayor of the District of Columbia.
You're a name dropper. You are a name dropper.
Yeah. This is our opinions here that we have earned being out here on the street over 30 some years. Myself, Fernando, how long you been in the business, Amy?
Since March 2nd, 2020. I opened right before COVID shut everybody down.
Okay, good.
Good timing, Amy. Nice call.
Yeah. Just got to rub it in a little bit more. But I'm here. That's a secret to my
You're
success.
still here. That's good. That means you made it.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So today, guys, we are excited that Amy has agreed to come on board. And let me tell you how Amy came to be here today.
The story. It's a story.
It's a story. It's a story.
It's a good story.
So you know, if you're out, you're in real estate, prospecting is an important part of what we do. We should be on the phone calling, prospecting, even calling people that you think know you. They may not fully understand who you are and your business today. So with that in mind, Fred, would you call him Boom Boom?
Freddie Boom Boom.
Freddie Boom Boom. I did not know him as the Boom Boom. I just knew him as Frederick Wilson.
Yeah.
Is a prominent, well-established lender here in the DMV. I've known Fred for years. We both sort of came into the industry about the same time. We started out in similar organizations early on in our careers, and we have both, irrespective of whatever else we may have done along the way, he stayed in lending and loaning money. And so I'm out having lunch with Fred Monday. Is it Monday? Yeah, Monday.
That invite
We're over at the harbor.
lost in the mail. No invite? I don't get invited to these things. Well, we're partners. I mean,
yeah, you know, Fred called me. Actually, now I think about it, Fred called me, said, "Can you get on my schedule?" We scheduled it out. There you go. And just so you all out here know, the professional thing to do is don't bring another mouth to a luncheon that you've been invited to.
A +1, right? No.
Don't you show up on a dude with a +1 on an invite. If you inviting, you can bring as many people as you want if you picking it up. So I'm meeting Fred. We're going to go to Sycamores. Anyway, they was having a fire alarm. We ended up down at Redstone over in the harbor. Very nice. And we're having lunch. And right in the middle of having lunch, literally, while we're talking and this, that, and the other, my partner, Fernando's ears must have been burning that I was somewhere getting lunch without him. So he sends me a text. It says,
I'm working, Amy. I'm working while he's eating. Usually.
He sends me a text. He says, "Hey, Wednesday show, SEO." And it was like about 1:30. I looked at the phone. He says SEO. And I'm saying, wow. And I turn to Fred and I say, "Fred, this is unbelievable." He's like, "What?" I say, "Look, 2 minutes ago, you were just sharing with me information about your brilliant daughter who is in SEO out in, I think she's in New York, I think, and how smart she is in SEO and on and on and on. And while you were saying that to me, my partner sends me a text saying, 'Hey, SEO for Wednesday.' And when I share that with Fred, Fred says a lot of things, but in the end of all of what he says, 'I know an expert, the very best person on SEO to come onto your show Wednesday to tell your audience about everything they need to know as real estate professionals and others.' It's not limited to just real estate professionals, but someone who understands you as a real estate professional, your desire to buy, sell, and lease real estate here in the DMV. Oh, I'm sorry, not my commercial. Okay. Got thrown off.
You're always promoting. All right, so stop.
So he said, Amy Grace,
No,
Amy is your person. I said, hey, man, make it happen. And the next morning, bam, Amy was on me. She was like, yeah, we were on the phone. We were talking. She was like sending me stuff, and here she is. So, dude, I'm just saying, this is the kind of profession. And you know what else I found out? I didn't know. I was talking to her for about like 40 minutes on the phone. I was just talking. I was driving my wife somewhere for lunch or something. She had me chauffeuring around. Anyway, you know what else I found out the whole time I'm talking to her? Which is I don't know what this is called, this paradigm thing. I don't know what this is called, but I thought she was like, oh yeah, in the DMV. Where are you located, Amy?
I'm outside of LA. I'm out in California.
She's in California.
That's a 4 o'clock show there. That's nice. 4 o'clock's a good time to have the show.
4 o'clock for a happy hour. I'm good.
I'm trying to get a glass in here, Amy. I don't want you to drink alone. Reach out to my people to bring me a glass.
I should have sent you a bottle. I would have been better.
There you go. All right. So Amy is, for all of you out here who know or think you know about SEO, what it is, why we need it, what it does. As you can see in my promo, I told you all today, come to the show today, because if you wanted to learn how to attract and engage 732 new customers and clients to your business service. I didn't limit it to just real estate professionals who are just looking to help you buy, sell, and lease real estate here in the DMV area. Anthony Bowling Group. No, whatever your business service is.
Shameless.
Whatever your business service, she is going to help you this week. 732 new qualified
Starting to yell. You're starting to yell.
people to your business who get this.
Oh no.
Who want to do business with you and use your services.
Yep.
Okay, Amy, come on. I'm out. I'm done. Come on.
Let's do it.
Talk to us.
All right, so let's talk search engine optimization first. There's actually two types. One is algorithms, where your goal is to beat the system. How underhanded can you get? How many backlinks can you use? It's beating the system, not understanding the system. The other one is content-based, which is you're completely focused on who your end user is. And that just means you're looking at keywords that your user will use on your website. I do both. I'm not trying to beat the system, but I'm trying to use the algorithms to make sure that your ideal client, the one who wants your services, is the one that shows up on your website. And that's when you get more conversion. So if people ever tell you, well, what's your conversion rate? You're like, I don't understand what that means. It's how many people landed on your website and converted to a booked appointment, bought a product, booked an appointment to look at a property in your case. Like, how many of those people are moving on to those next steps? If you're bringing the world to your website, like you do with traditional SEO, your conversion rate's like maybe 10%. Maybe.
And that's not good.
That's not good. No, if you bring your ideal client, my clients have seen up to 50% conversion because they found the person who's going to buy from them. So that's the difference. So the key that I tell everybody is, do you know who you sell to? And don't say, like, my best example is, anybody ever worked with Mary Kay? And they say, and you ask them, who do you work with? And they're like, anybody with skin. I'm like, you're going to kill me because I have skin and I'm allergic to your product. I am not your ideal client. Who do you really?
Neither am I, Amy. Neither am I. Anthony has on the
None
other
of us in this room are Mary Kay ideal clients, but we all have skin. So how do you take that down? How do you really?
I think my mama might have sold Mary Kay. We sold Amway and their
Really?
products.
But
Yeah.
but there's a specific person who's going to buy that product.
Now let's for a moment talk about this specific person you're talking about that you're going to bring here with this first type of SEO algorithm that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Tell me about the kind of energy and effort and time it takes on the part of me and my business to drill down to define that individual. If it's not everybody, then how do I figure out who that is? Do you help me with that, or is that some other consultant?
Nope, I do that too. I kind of like do all inclusive SEO. Okay. Marketing strategy is part. I'm a business analyst by trade. So I go into businesses and I see the big picture and I drill down to what are the steps you need to make sure everything works together. Your search engine optimization is part of your marketing strategy. So do you have an elevator pitch that you know when you give it, it connects with that ideal client immediately?
I don't know. Hi, Amy. We just met. I'm Anthony Bowling. I provide multi-level marketing. I help clients find multi-level properties between 5 and 20 units here in Washington, D.C. in wards 5, 6, 7, and 8.
You are drilled into who your client is. So what you just said as your elevator pitch should be the first 2 lines on the homepage of your website.
What I just said should be on my website.
Yeah. And that's the connection I make for people. What you do in marketing is directly related to how you show up online, and it needs to be part of your SEO.
Are people reading what I just said on my website? Is that
they're reading the top 2 lines and then clicking away if it's not them? Yeah, it's if you get the right person, and for all of you who used to write research papers, my favorite thing in high school and college was research papers, my degrees in research. That opening line is what catches people. People will always read the first 2 sentences, and if they don't like it, they're going to go somewhere else. So if you're bringing in your ideal client and you've got your elevator pitch on top, they're reading down. They want to learn more.
Nice.
That's a good nugget for anybody.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Any business, not just real estate, any business.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. Exactly.
Well, in real estate, you've got the fun dynamic that if you own your own real estate company, you have agents. So every agent should have their own page, and you should have something about who they like to work with their elevator pitch on their page to bring in even more people to the website.
Okay.
Because I've worked with real estate agents in LA to Chicago. I haven't worked with anyone on the East Coast yet. I do more service based on East Coast. I have actually a lot of people that I work with in the DC area.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Here we are. We're at the front door, Fernando.
Let's hope she's home.
Yeah. The other thing you can do that actually makes the biggest impact quickly, like you could start seeing traction tomorrow, is a Google business profile. Because you're in real estate, you're going to have a physical address that people can go to meet you, right? That is key right now to the Google business profile. Not everybody can have it anymore. Virtual companies that don't meet in person can no longer have that profile. As real estate agents, you still get the profile. So if you go to and get a Google business profile up and running, treat it like LinkedIn. There's a place to do updates and posts. Make a post one day, 5 days a week. Takes you maybe tops 5 minutes. I can do it in 10 minutes with my clients over the course of a week. Like because it doesn't take me long anymore. But if you start using your Google business profile like LinkedIn, you're now not just reaching the people on LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn, it's only the people on that platform. If you're using your Google business profile like social media, you can now attract anybody who's on the internet. So how much bigger did you
saying Google business platform? What did you call it?
Google business profile.
Google. I think I have one.
Yeah, and I'm going to guess you haven't used it because most people don't.
I don't know. You know, I might surprise you. You know, now how would you find it? You just type in my name?
Yeah, go into Google search and just type in your business or your name in your business. And if you click on it for a search, it should pop up with your business profile to edit. It'll say customers, promote, and something else. I don't remember off the top of my head.
All right.
But yeah, if you have one, it'll pop up.
Good.
So the thing is that make those posts. So I had a client that when I first started really focusing on Google business profiles a year and a half ago, she took on the challenge. She decided she was going to update every single day for a single month. She increased her organic traffic by 735% in 30 days.
Wow.
All because she posted on Google.
Wow. I don't know what that means. Is that a big number, 700%?
Yeah, so here's the big thing. When you do traditional search engine optimization and you're just focusing on the techie end, the back end, what can we backlink? Where are we doing hyperlinks to? Typically, you're only going to see an increase after a year of 10 to 20%. But it takes almost full 12 months to see SEO make a difference. When you focus on who your end user is, you can see results within 30 days. Not 12.
Well, now you struck me. You said post, and you said post every day. She did for a month.
Yep.
For a month. Now, I have a service. There are services out here that will help people like myself who, you know, I'm just not going to. I'm committed to it, but I don't do it. I don't post every day. I don't.
No, that's why I have
I use a service called Hootsuite.
Right.
Or at least I try to use a service called Hootsuite.
They're the original.
Right. And it posts daily, but you know what? It doesn't post to the Google business page that I have. Why is that? And what can I do about it?
They need to get special recommendation by Google in order to do the post. So my CRM that I use is out of out of the DC area, Alexandria, and her CRM hosts my website, but it does social media posting as well, and they have a connection to Google, so I can post to Google and schedule all my posts through my CRM. But that's only because the developers of the CRM know someone at Google to have code. Hootsuite.
Okay, now I think this is where I think I'm supposed to be typing. That's why, again, if we got anybody out there that is techie and could be helping to support chasing gazillions, not the same as making millions.
Amy, let me ask
that was
something.
That was a great nugget that should be at the bottom of our screen. That we should be telling people. That's what we want to do here. And I know this is being recorded, and I know you can watch it again later, but I don't know where to go to try to tell you. Okay, hold on. Let me try something. Now you said you have a CRM, huh?
Let me ask you a question while you're typing that in. I have a question.
How's she going to answer the question and give me the information?
You have the information. Amy, if I Google my company name and my name, and it comes up on the
No, not that information. I was talking about the CRM that is here in the area that's tied to Google so you can connect. What CRM is that?
Work Smarter Digital.
Work Smarter Digital. Okay. And it's connected to Google.
Yep.
And I'm going to add that.
You can even automate asking people for Google reviews. That's what I joined.
So now that that's up there, look, Work Smarter Digital. It's connected to Google, and I got the exclamation point. And now you can highlight and tell the people, Work Smarter Digital. So who is that? I mean, why? I use Follow-Up Balls.
Okay.
Okay, and you tell us about Work Smarter Digital as it relates to Google and SEO and the internet. What you were just saying. Come on.
Okay, and then Fernando, I will get to your question. I promise. Okay. So Work Smarter Digital is an all-inclusive CRM. So if you go to their site, she has a breakdown of pricing of everything you would have to buy to equal what you get in her CRM. I've got my website is hosted through there. I've got my social media posting through there, which helps with your SEO because now you're posting consistently. I've got ClickFunnels. She has a version of that built into the CRM, so you don't have to pay for additional funnels. So if you go to my website, my pages are website pages. And when you want more information, you're clicking to the landing page for that specific product, and you go through the funnel system to check out. Like it's nice. The convenience at a quarter of the price is why I went there, but really it's connected to Google. So when you get done working with someone, you've talked to them, you can have automation set up where after you've put them through their exit pipeline, the last email they can get from you is, if you liked our services or if you have comments, you can leave a Google review here. Here's the link. And they literally will take you right to Google for them to do a review for you.
Nice.
You never have to touch it. You've set it up once, you're done.
There you go. All right. Go ahead, Fernando. Now we still on the first part of SEO. Is there a second part of SEO?
There's lots of parts. We'll just see what we can cover.
There you go. Come on now. Come on, Fernando. Get your question in, brother.
What happened to go ahead, Fernando? He cut me off again.
He's a bully.
He's a bully. He is a bully.
I can tell. But I can tell you, based on the phone conversation I had with him, his wife keeps him in line.
I need to call her and get some tips. All right. So if I go to Google, type in my company name.
Yep.
And it comes up on the first two lines, does that mean I have a Google business profile?
Does it come up with three boxes that say your business? At the top, it should say your business, and then it gives you options on how to edit your profile? Or is it just a basic search result?
Which company did you put Hilco in?
It has basic search results, yes.
Then you do not have a Google business profile.
Okay.
So you will need to Google business profile, and it will tell you how to set it up.
Okay, I'm going to do that. That was it, Anthony. See how quick that was? 10 minutes later, I finally get it out.
And it's key information. How many people are going to need that?
Amy, cheers.
Cheers! Yay!
Now, Amy, I thought SEO had something to do with these words. You're saying my elevator pitch should be out there for people to read the first two lines. What about these other words that people are hashtagging or embedding in their websites to get people to come there? What is that all that about?
That's about beating the algorithms, and it's about beating the system. That's what makes me different. I'm not going to look at, I don't use keyword tools. So one of the big things SEO people do is they use different tools that say, what are people searching for? When I work with my clients, I want to know what separates you from the competition. Why do people want to work with you? What you're going to discover is the benefits of working with you can't be found in a keyword tool. Because not your clients that are looking for you are average. The key
Amy, yes, it might be true that realtors are not a dime a dozen. That's true. And yes, yes, I like to think when I go home, yes, there's no one else out here doing business like Anthony Bowling. Okay, the Anthony Bowling Group. But it's still buying, selling, and leasing real estate. I mean, it's not that unique. Why is it that the finding the tools you're not going to be beneficial to me? That was a stage question for the rest of you all out there.
But
I
here's
don't want
the
you
thing.
to think I'm really, although I am, but I'm.
You are different. People who work with you, they work with you for a reason. If you think, do you do intake forms with clients like before they start looking, or do you just jump in and start showing them homes?
No, it's called a requirements meeting that we do on Google. And so when we meet with the client confidentially for the first 30 minutes to up to 2 hours, depending on the clients, we have an in-depth requirements discussion in confidence about their needs, their aspirations, their motivations, and what is it that they want to experience working with the Anthony Bowling Group.
And you know what? You got all of your keywords in those requirements. You don't need a tool because they just told you. Every single client you've ever worked with have told you what they're looking for. Those are the words and phrases you want on your website, on your social media posts. Anywhere you go and you post about the Anthony Bowling Group, those are the words you want to use to connect with the people who you want to work with.
She's a genius. She's a freaking genius.
Okay, hold on. You're saying when I'm on the Zoom call with you and I'm saying, okay, Amy, hey, you are looking for a luxury home, okay? Just like the home I just sold. I do luxury homes over $800,000. Fine.
Yep.
And you say you want to buy one. Let's say you're a buyer, not a seller. You want to buy. And I start talking to you and I'm interviewing you and I'm saying, okay, so ideally, without regard to money, we're just going to pretend like right now, we just walked up to this new home of yours. We're there in front of it. You say, yes. I say, okay, great. Where is it? And they say, well, it's in DC, it's in Northwest, or it's in Maryland. They say where it is. Okay, let's stop right there. What in that part of the conversation are you saying are my keywords that should be in my website?
So like I do for both my LA and Chicago clients, it's the actual areas. So you should have a page on your website about luxury homes. What areas are those luxury homes in, and list them, right? So my agent in LA, she sells homes in Calabasas and Woodland Hills and somewhere else. But those 3 areas are specific for a reason. So people who are looking to buy in one of those 3 areas, she pops up as the agent to go to.
Nice. So our requirement statements that I'm having with clients, those answers to those questions are the keywords we should be putting into our website.
And your marketing. So if you're going to do a post, say, on about luxury homes, pick an area, pick a city within the Washington, D.C. area and post that we have so many, we can sell you X amount of homes in this area. Or if you're looking for a luxury home in this city, we're the group to work with, contact us, and then put your appointment link as a button from that.
I love it. Amy, we're coming up on 40 minutes. And right now, before we come up, because no one has ever been on our program more than an hour, and we're not going to be there because Fernando and I, it's late and we can't handle it.
Well, I got to go
but we do have a sponsor. We do have a sponsor, and we want to bring in our sponsor, Global Scholars Foundation, GSF, is working with DC high school, public and charter school kids to take them through an 18th month immersion financial literacy program. And then it culminates with them actually, the kids in a cohort, 20 to 25 students, actually going to those areas that they've been studying. So they've gone over the past 12 or 13 years to China, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ethiopia, Egypt. And this year we are sponsoring, the Anthony Bowling Group is supporting GSF with its third annual Jazz Brunch Golf tournament here in the Prince George's County at the Country Club at Woodmore. And here is Dr. Marcia Brown to tell you about this wonderful event.
Calling all golfers and brunchers. Please mark your calendar to join the Global Scholars Foundation for a 2-day event hosting the third annual golf tournament and newly added Jazz Brunch at the Woodmore Country Club in Mitchellville, Maryland. The 2-day event will kick off on Sunday, October the 2nd with a Jazz Brunch and continue on Monday, October the 3rd for our third annual golf tournament. Please visit our website at globalscholars.foundation for more information and to register for this event. Calling all golfers and...
Right. We're back. That's our sponsor, Global Scholars.
That's a great sponsor.
We love Global Scholars. We love Global Scholars and all of what they're doing. And they are hoping, they are looking to have 120 golfers and 150 people on Sunday to come and enjoy Jazz Brunch out at that Woodmore Country Club on October 2nd.
That's awesome.
All right. So go ahead, Fernando. Take it away. We're still talking SEO here, everyone, with Amy Graves, Giggling Google Guru. Let's see. Hold on. I think I have Amy.
Yeah.
Now, I know, on some of these shows you come on and then the people say, hey, if you chat or if you send in or select or something, you win $100,000 or prize.
How about we just increase your organic traffic? How about that?
There you go. That's what we're gonna do. And what?
We don't have $100,000. We don't have any money.
So we got this, Amy. Tell the people out there, how do they find you? How do they get in touch with you? Call you, email you, fax you, Twitter. How do they get in touch with you?
So easiest way is just go to anymainstreet.com. Super easy. My name is ridiculously long and hard to spell. So just anymainstreet.com. Are you saying go to any? Is that what we type in? Just go to the website. You type in Google.
You open up a window. You open up a window and type what?
anymainstreet.com. ANYMAINSTREET. So pretty easy. That's my website. Otherwise,
I got your link. I got your appointment up here on the screen.
If you want to schedule a quick 45-minute appointment, we can talk about your business, what you want out of your business to see if my version of SEO will work for you. You can do that. Or if you just want to jump in, can I mind if I throw in the 90-day course? If you want your SEO now, I'm actually starting a 90-day intensive SEO course that launches August 22nd. And you will learn everything I talked about and so much more. We'll dive into ideal client language. I'll show you how to use Google Analytics 4 because data is my baby. I love numbers. I'll show you how to use Google Search Console so you know what keywords Google connects to your website. And I'll show you how to maintain it after we're done with the course. So it's all in one. It's 3 months, which will set you up for a really good fourth quarter and 2023.
Wow. So that's we got that. Be Found Online, a 90-day intensive SEO course, starts August 22nd. There it is right there, everybody. There's the link. Let me ask you this about websites and all. You mentioned about real estate firms. I'm affiliated with the Keller Williams organization. And one of the benefits of our organization when you join is that we provide you with a lot of tools and training and a website and a CRM to get you started. It's a turnkey operation to start your real estate business.
Good.
But I do know that even though I have a domain name with GoDaddy, Anthony Bowling Group, I know.
I still do too. I can't. I mean, we can laugh.
I got it. We're not here to not GoDaddy. I have that domain name, and then but I noticed that domain name, when you type it in, if you type in Anthony Bowling Group, it then points or sends. Talk about the pointing to the site that Keller Williams provides to me, and whether or not that pointing limits, impacts, marginalizes my SEO, or am I really getting any traction for the Anthony Bowling Group because it points, because I don't have my own, say, WordPress page.
Right. No, because Keller, as long as you do the 301 direct properly, it needs to be standard or unmasked. So as long as people know that they type that in and they're going to Keller Williams, you're fine. If you change that 301 direct to stealth mode or masked, now you're going to run into SEO issues because you're not trustworthy. So you want to be open, because a lot of SEO does come down to trustworthiness. And this is where traditional SEO will get you into problems. They will do so many backlinks that don't make sense, or they're just going to repeat a blog that's somewhere else. And now your site is no longer trustworthy. So Google and other search engines won't send people to you. Because you got to remember, at the end of the day, search engines want to send you to the right site immediately. Because if they don't, you're not going to use their search engine. So they, as a search engine group, need to know your website's trustworthy.
So 2 things. One, how do I determine if the site that it's being sent to is, 1, trustworthy, and 2, who are all these search engine organizations, companies you're talking about? I thought it was only one.
No, Google's the main one, but you've got Yelp is a search engine. Pinterest is a search engine. Bing. We all remember Microsoft Explorer when they existed. Like, think about Safari for Apple. Like, those are search engines. So it's not just Google. Google, they used to have 93% of the internet traffic. I think they're down to 84%. But Google is still the main player in search engine optimization.
Okay. All right, great. Well, how does this have and play into, say, your YouTube channel? Is it also a platform or like a page? You were talking about your Google business page. Is your YouTube channel? Talk to us about that.
So YouTube is
owned by SEO it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, you need to SEO your YouTube channel. Absolutely. That's where my marketing strategy comes into play. Because you can just, if you just randomly upload videos, you're losing out all the SEO keyword. There's so much you can do. 1, YouTube is owned by Google. So any information you put there is only helping their card catalog, right? So think of search engines. They are the library of websites. And for people as old as me, I used to go to the library and go to the card catalog to pull out the card, right? Your Your website is a card in the card catalog. So the more information you give search engines, the better they catalog you to bring people to your website. So that's the first thing. So YouTube helps, but it's not for everybody. Just like Google business profiles aren't for 100% virtual companies who never meet in person, right? YouTube is really for those that can make that channel work for them. The key strategy for any social media platform, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, find the channel where your ideal client is. I work with businesses. My ideal client is on LinkedIn and surprisingly, Instagram. There are so many small businesses on Instagram. I have one client who's a declutter coach for the neurodivergent community. Her groups are on Facebook. They're not, but the professional groups she works with are on Instagram, but nobody's on LinkedIn. So based on your ideal client, put your time and energy where you're going to find your client. Google Business Profile is always going to be where you find your client because you don't need a platform to find someone, right? It's anyone who uses the internet.
Wow.
So,
Nice. Well, we've been here, guys. We've been here. This has been a great show. We've been here with Amy Graves, the owner and CEO of AMG
Innovative Consultants. That's why
there
I
you
changed
go.
it to
AMG
tomorrow.
Innovative Consultants. She's out in California, and let's make sure you can find her. She's got right here, but no, she said, what was that? You said
anymainstreet.com, because I work with businesses from solopreneurs to corporations. So surprisingly, even the $300 million a year companies struggle with their SEO.
anymainstreet.com. There you go. Wow. So you can find Amy at anymainstreet.com. What a wonderful website. And I take it's not hosted by GoDaddy.
No, it's actually mine is hosted by High Live. The domain name came from GoDaddy, but
Okay.
High Live does everything else.
There you go. All right. So that's where you can find Amy. And tell us again, Amy, the telephone number. We got the website, how they can find you. Tell the audience, who is your ideal client?
My ideal client is solopreneurs to corporations who know they need search engine optimization, but traditional search engine optimization has burned them and they need something that works today, not a year from now.
And again, by that, you're saying you're working with groups who have been burned by SEO and traditional SEO.
Yeah.
And it will tell us again what the purpose of the SEO is to my business then.
To your business, you want to bring the person to your website who wants to buy from you or who wants to work with you. You're not bringing the world. You are specifically targeting your ideal client who will help you get your results.
Okay. Hold on. Before you jump in there, Fernando, I see you chomping at the bit. we see the Virginia Bushcrafter has come in here with another question, or a statement, rather. He says, and this is why I watch you guys every week. So much valuable information and always great guests. No, wait. I love the Virginia Bushcrafter, man.
I now want to meet this person.
You go to his site. The Virginia Bushcrafter is wonderful. Thank you. We love that guy. The Virginia Bushcrafter, because we don't actually know if it's a man or a woman, but either way, they've been with us day one. Where are we at? Where are we at in the program, Fernando? Season what?
Episode 17, season 1, episode 17.
I got it at 18 because next week is 19 with
no, 17, because last week we had a pre-recorded past show. Can't count that.
Oh, you don't count that one?
No, can't. I can't rerun. No, come on.
Oh, my bad.
We're professionals here.
Okay. I didn't know.
Keep it honest.
It's the first time I'm putting on a podcast, and I didn't know. I counted it.
No, don't count that.
Okay. So next week is 18.
I'm
This
a
is
stickler
17.
for the numbers. Let's count them correctly.
Fair enough. Well, next week, everyone, and that's the 24th, if I'm correct. Next week, we got a special guest. We're going to have Ben Soto, the principal of Premium Title and Escrow, LLC, going to be hosting the program next week. Now, I don't know if all three of us are going to be here, or which one of us is not going to be here.
I won't be here. I'll be in New Orleans running the auction. I will not be.
Okay, well, there we go. Okay, well, then that just took care of that. So Fernando's going to be away.
Waldo is away next week.
Where's Waldo this time?
New Orleans.
Right.
New Orleans.
He's going to New Orleans. I don't know. Maybe when you let somebody host your show, everybody goes. Do I go too, or you just gonna step in for you as the co-host?
I think you should let him run the show. It's his show for the week, right?
Right, and just let him run the show.
Because if you're there, he won't be able to speak like me tonight. Why am I here? Anthony's got this. You don't need me.
And I was told this was Fernando's show, so I'm really surprised.
It's Wednesdays with Fernando and Anthony.
And that's the funny part right there. That's the point. And that is the rub.
So next week, we're going to have Ben Soto come on. He's a local, he's attorney, title company, settlement attorney. He and I went to law school together, and we are fraternity brothers. And the greatest fraternity there is on the planet, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Omega.
And so Ben Soto is going to be hosting the show. And as I've just learned, by himself, he's just going to have a whole show. He's just going to do his thing. And we're not going to be here next week. Where am I going? Am I going somewhere?
I think you'll be here. I don't think you can stay away. Amy, to your credit, this is our longest show ever. Yeah, you get that award.
No.
It's going on an hour, Anthony. We got to go because you said
we got to go.
We'd never make her stay in an hour.
Yep.
Never.
Yep.
Dear, we have enjoyed you. I've enjoyed your giggles. I've enjoyed all your information.
Yeah,
it's really been very enlightening. It's helpful. I don't know if there's a coupon or something for your class, a 3-month class, but I'm going to look into it. I think I'm registered. I registered with you to meet with you next Wednesday, I think, or something like that.
Yep.
So I want to keep that.
Yep.
I want to keep that consultation.
Excellent.
Yes, so I can talk to you about my business, and others will also join us. But I'm going to keep my appointment to get the consultation. Yes,
Amy. By the way,
yeah,
credit to you. This is the first podcast where I took notes. I've never done that ever.
Wow.
I usually keep it all up here in this big forehead. It all goes right in there. But I didn't want to miss anything. Even though I can watch it later, I still wanted to make sure I wrote it down because I thought it was very valuable content.
Oh, thank you. I typically tell people I take notes because the blonde goes a little too deep.
All right now. All right, guys. Well, again, I'm Anthony Bowling with the Anthony Bowling Group here with Chasing Gazillions. Ain't the same as making millions.
Getting closer in Amy's world.
Wednesdays with Fernando and Anthony. And this Wednesday, Amy Graves. who we enjoyed. Oh, hold on. I'll be watching next week for sure. I'm going to contact Amy. All right, look at that, Amy. Yay. We love it.
We're officially over an hour. We're officially over an hour.
We love that. We love that there's been a business connection.
That's worth it. I agree.
All right, guys. I'm out. We're out.
See you, Amy. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. This was so much fun.
All right.
We
See
had a
you,
great
Anthony.
time. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.